Something is about to happen in this place.
My name is Sherrod Lightfoot, and they call me Star.
And I'm Shatina Christian, and they call me 22. That's my nickname.
And together we form Star 22 Christian Rap Group, and we are brothers and sisters.
Amen. If y'all trying to have a Holy Ghost party, y'all got the right two people up here, but y'all don't have to party with us. Amen?
Yeah. Let's go. What's up? Got my hands in the air, it don't matter who's there, cause you don't know what I've been through. You should repent too, and I thank the Lord brings in if you be saved. Down the notch, the devil's all around, so watch out on your sounding block. He'll come and deceive you, he'll leave you. He'll have you telling lies and want to plan and believe you. And I know the devil man, cause he done lost my soul. There they can't have it out of him, they know who can say what you want, who can do what you need. You know when it comes to Star 22, we down. We reppin' God, we reppin' God, we reppin' God, okay, we reppin' God, we reppin' God, what's up, we reppin' God, we reppin' God, we reppin' God, hey God, what's up, hey God, okay, hey God, that's right, hey God, we reppin' God, hey God, okay, hey God, what's up, hey God, alright, hey God, we reppin' God,
I looked up here and somebody said, well, Minister Renee, they're not really moving. And they said, well, what's wrong? And I'm going, when you have been used to being confined to one way in life, it's hard to let go of what you've been doing all your life. But we come to tell you inside today that we are freedom up in here. And so we have learned that the only way, as Pastor is going, we're going to catch people's different souls. We gotta go where they are. Because you can't catch a fish with some fried chicken and pig feet. You can't catch those young people by saying the old ship of Zion and down at the cross. But they don't realize that they have to fight this battle right here on earth at their age right now. And some of the stuff we've been doing don't really get it for them. So we want to show them that God knows just who they are and know where they are. And he's the kind of God that's not going to sit up there and let you wonder. He will come down where you are and meet you at where you are. So that's what we're doing. We say, thank you, Star 22. At Zion, we are so grateful. Apostle, you didn't have to have this morning. You are the head of this house here. That's right. And we recognize that we can't do anything unless it's approved by you. So the youth ministry have a gift card to Ryan for you to go and enjoy yourself.
And I was over there, and you got my head down. I was like, I'm nodding my head. But I was listening to what you were saying. You had folk clapping their hands, but now they're getting saved. Now, if I don't listen, I won't just nod my head. I will nod my head because I agree with what you were saying.
For the last 15, I know at least 15 years, we have had a group from New Jersey that come down every year. They come on Wednesday and they leave on Wednesday throughout the whole week. They work so hard in our community. And listen to me, high school, all of you that are in high school, even in elementary school. When Jason first started coming here, he was in high school. And he came in here to work in the summertime, digging around wells, pouring concrete and all this kind of stuff. At a young age, high school, he gave his service, his time. And today we want Jason, which was in high school when he started. Now Jason just recently, this year, this summer, graduated with a PhD.
All right. Well, thank you, Papa. Appreciate that. I just want to take a few minutes of your time and as Apostle said, just give you a quick summary of what we've been doing. But to start, as Apostle mentioned, for the first time in the 16 years of this trip, Peter's not able to be with us on this trip. He is getting better. We hope it'll be soon, but I just hope we can all pray for him and for him to recover. This year, we have a different type of task than we have before. We're working on a house that Apostle Women's used to live in, and especially for me, it's a hard job because I knew what that house used to be. It used to be open for us to come. There were some years that we stayed in that house and knew what it was, and now see what it has turned into. And so, for everyone, it's a job to get things done and move and do something better. But for me, it's personal.
But I do want to take the opportunity to just let you know what a magnificent person we have among us on this morning.
Amen.
Dr. Tatum is a native of Northumberland. She graduated from Northumberland High School. She went on to Hampton University, and then she finished her education at VCU. And she is a dentist. Tars is just a wonderful woman of God. And I say that, young people, because a lot of times when we set goals for ourselves, the first little thing that comes up is a deterrence for us. We a lot of times the least little thing happens, we fall right apart, and there goes our dreams, our goals, But this woman has worked through hard situations. When she was, I believe, a senior in high school, she lost her father. Now, those of you who have been away or are preparing to go away from home, can you imagine how it would be for your parent to die and then you have to go off?
Growing up, we didn't have any type of youth explosion. The church I grew up in, we were pretty much down to class. So this is wonderful. I'm going to speak from the heart because I love young people. And I think that, I think y'all can do whatever you want to do. I do want to give some words of encouragement, some words that might lead you to the right decision. When me and my partner, Dr. Allen, when we talk, when we talk, we always talk about how when things happen in life, it's due to choices. Everything is a choice. Everything is a decision that you made along the way. So I'm going to talk about choices. I'm going to talk about how to make, hopefully, the right decision and go from there. Being from here, being from this community, I know that you're faced with so much. I know you're faced with a lot more than I ever would imagine. Y'all have YouTube, you have Facebook, you have cell phones, just media in general, and you're constantly bombarded with images of violence, sex, drugs, who knows what. But I have two questions, and that's how do you deal with it? And how are you affected in your decision making? Every time you're faced with a difficult decision, you should just say, okay, if I go down this way, what can happen? And if I go down this way, what can happen? You should weigh your consequences. See which way may lead to the most positive. I've been trying to figure out how to say this. Anything that gives you sometimes like a quick pleasure, it can lead to a long-term mistake. Drugs. You might have a high, I assume 15 minutes. That high can lead to you trying to get the next high. You trying to get that next thing. That 15 minutes of so-called pleasure leaves you with no money in your pocket, no friends, your relationships are just ruined. And then you have a whole lifetime of like that 15 minutes has led to a whole lifetime of rejection and just sadness. I needed education to obtain my career goals and to support myself. And when I say education, it's not always the books and the academics. It's about educating yourself in life. Learn a trade, read books, just know more. It is so important to know more, because if you know more and someone's trying to persuade you to do something that you're not comfortable with, you got that knowledge to say, you know what, that's not good. I'm not going to do that. You have to remember that your life is yours. There are 10 rules that I try to follow in order to keep my eye on the prize. Number 1, don't live your life to please other people. Number 2, don't depend on others to help you get ahead.